10 years ago, Toyah Wilcox burst onto the music scene in a blaze of colour. Now she's moved into acting, but her love of theatre started many years ago when she was growing up in Birmingham.
Here I am in Birmingham, where I was born 32 years ago, and I'm standing outside the school that I attended for 14 years. It's Edgbaston Church of England College for girls. I first came here in 1962, and I left when I was 17, but I have been back since. I came back 2 years ago to give a drama lesson, which I loved, and I'm back again today. But apparently I was a bit of a rebel, but all I can seem to remember was the intense frustration at having lost my individuality among so many people. But that was a problem with my ego and nothing else, really. I loathed wearing a uniform. I couldn't bear that. That always terrified me. Every morning I'd get up and put this brown uniform on. And the thought of having to wear that for 14 years really depressed me. But what I must say is I think I was at the best school I could possibly have been at. And any school I'd have been at in my youth would not have pleased me. I just didn't like authority. This is the stage of the Assembly Hall where I did all my best work, from impersonating David Bowie to doing drama productions, which I used to get awards for at the end of term. But I think probably one of the most interesting pieces of work I did was at a parents' evening when the then Minister of Education, Margaret Thatcher, came to give a talk. And I'd spent the whole day devising how to get an alarm clock under the stage and to set it off precisely at the right moment, just at the peak of her talk. And I got in under here with my big brass alarm clock and set it for 8:30 precisely, and it went off like a dream. I was never academic at school, but I always loved visual things, and the one place you'd always find me was the art room. My art teacher, who became a very good friend, was Karen Howe.
Why do you say it was the best place to be?
Well, it's the only place I wanted to be. It's the only place I really enjoyed being, and I can remember if the headmistress came out of her office, I'd pretend to be reading something, or I'd be pretending to get a book out of the cupboard, and then I'd go off and walk down another corridor.
But I do remember that you came in sometimes just to talk to me, and at the time it didn't occur to me that you were supposed to be in a maths lesson or something like that.
Yes, but what I remember was I used to feel so alone and so utterly mad and frustrated, and you were the only teacher you could come and talk to because you were so close to our age, and you were so in touch with what we wanted to be in touch with. It was not only liberating, it was actually quite sane-making. It felt sane after talking to you.
Oh, that's funny, because I used to feel mad after I'd been talking to you.
School couldn't offer me what I was looking for. Instead, I found that here. Well, not here exactly. It was 4 floors up, above the theatre, above the dressing rooms, the home of the Birmingham Old Rep Theatre School. There, I really began to learn something. This is the stage of the Birmingham Old Rep Theatre School. This tiny room is where I learnt my craft. I learnt the greatest lessons in my life. I learnt to sing, to dance, I learnt about costumes. And the principal of this theatre school was Mary Richards. And it was the strong, spirited woman that she was that allowed me to remain here, because I never received a grant for my education. And I learnt about commitment, dedication, and so many other things. But what was most important to me about being at drama school was I was, for the first time, in control of my life. I was out of a uniform, and I was making decisions for my future. And that's all I ever wanted.
Alarm clocks under the stage, I don't know. This week,